I was 53 and I had not had my colonoscopy yet. A little late having it, but COVID happened. And so I thought, I'm okay. I'm not having symptoms. I felt great. And I almost canceled it, thinking we're just too busy. I can do this later. It's just a routine exam. I can wait. I can put this off. Thank goodness I didn't. And then Mike and I are at Terra May late one night, and we get that phone call from our doctor, who was a friend as well. And I know it was a very hard phone call for him to make. And it was the call you don't want to get that just confirms your worst fear, that it's malignant, that it's cancer. And at that moment, everything changes. From there, we actually scheduled surgery. They wanted to do it really quick, and my doctor, amazing surgeon, Dr. Bob Campbell, did my surgery. And I knew when he came in to the room after my surgery and he sat down, because he doesn't sit down. And he sat down and said, well, it's definitely not what we thought. It is stage 3 cancer. It has spread to some lymph nodes and some small tissue. And I feel like I got all that out, and we'll have to see with a PET scan what happens after that. If it's still there, then we'll make plans for what your next treatment will be. And so I learned that those days, when you're waiting past like weeks, I think I had to wait about 30 days for a PET scan to show whether it was clear or not. And the PET scan was clear, thank goodness. So now I get scans every 6 months. I've had my first scan. I had scanxiety, that's what I call it, because you go through the surgery, you go through hearing your cancer is removed, but then there's always this what if in your mind. What if it's still there? What if it's this small cell still growing? And that's the hardest part, I think, is thinking, okay, if it's there, what am I going to do? My family, will they be okay? I don't want to put them through the stress that I'm feeling and the emotional side of this, thinking if this gets me and I can't handle it, I don't want them to see that side of me. I want them to see me strong. And I had a little breakdown outside of CCI one day after a PET scan, and my husband just said, it's okay, let go. It's okay for our sons to see you weak. And so as a mom, you don't want that.
It catches you by surprise, right? So you don't know what you don't know during this thing. And we learned a lot. We learned that Charla, she's a strong, resilient girl. That resilience is the word Charla has, right? So I think that's the thing that we've got out of this so much, is that you got to have faith. You have to believe. We know God is good, but then you also have to have that willpower within to battle through, right? And fear is all encompassing. Fear is a beast, but she's overcome it, right? And she still has moments, but I think she's got that inner fortitude to battle through this.
I think the hardest part is definitely emotional. The difficulty that comes with handling the emotions is not something someone prepares you for. And so that's why I really feel like I told my husband with this, I'm supposed to do something, because I had so many people that were just selfless and kind and caring and stopped what they were doing to help us and showed so much compassion to our family. People that are so busy that don't have time took time to help us, and it meant more than I could ever say in words to them. So I feel like my intentions are always good, but sometimes my follow through just sucks. And I want that to be better. And I'm really trying to make sure every day is more intentional, and that I tell people how much I care for them and what they mean to me, and try and help in any way I can. And something my sons have always taught me is that when you don't allow people to help you, you rob them of a blessing. So I like to help other people more than I like to be helped, but I've had to learn a lot through this, that it's okay to just open up and let people in. Your prayer warriors have to be there for you, your family, your friends, your loved ones that don't, so many people come into our business every day and have no clue what I went through. But when I get a chance to talk to anyone about a colonoscopy, I talk about it all day now. I never thought I'd talk about this, but I have probably had at least 10 people that were putting it off years late getting theirs done that have now done that. So even if it was just one person, telling your story is worth that to me. It'll get easier over time, and I think it was Dr. Campbell that said to me, you will never forget you have cancer, but the further away you get from it, the easier it is. And I do think that's probably going to be true for me.